Hey, we are here. Notes from a coach and with Coach Carla here to have a great follow-up discussion with my good friend, my sister, Vania Thomas, and just talk about where she is right now. We had a great 4-week program, uh, planting seeds to grow in 2024, and we are now in, about to end the first quarter. We're about to end the first quarter of 2024. We're about to be, we're 4 months in to 2024. And I just want to talk to her a bit about, how the process was. What did you think about our 4-week workshop we did with planting seeds to grow in 2024? And tell the people about, your seeds or seed that you wanted to grow and where you are in that process.
Well, the 4-week program was excellent, excellent, excellent because it helped me get things in order to what I wanted to do for 2024. One of the things I wanted to do was buy me a home,
Yes.
which I just closed on the 28th, the 28th of March.
Yes. Yes.
So one of my seeds has grown and
Uh-huh.
flourished. So I'm excited about that and that step that I have accomplished.
Yes.
So I'm ready to move on to my next seed.
All right. And I'm so excited. I had to come and see it, and I'm so happy for you and the achieving that goal. Tell me and tell the people a little bit about we set out with the vision, and God really just dropped that vision in my heart. Even before, and it's crazy because right after it was dropped in my spirit, I started seeing connecting pieces. I started reading a book called The Garden Within, and it was connecting to what I wanted to discuss with everybody that came onto the free class. But we talked about planting seeds and deciding in your mind and in your heart what it is you wanted to grow. And one of the things you said, like you wanted to purchase a home. Um, and then we talked about the next process in, watering those seeds. So if you talked about watering your seeds, what are some of the things you felt like you had to do to water your seed? Whether it was get your credit together, get your husband on board. What are some things that you had to do to water your seed?
Well, you mentioned getting him on board. It was getting him on board. Like let's get on this train. Let's take this train as far as it can go. So he jumped on board with that. And what I did basically was did some research and I went to a couple of banks and did, some inquiries at the banks, and those fell through. And that's when I called you, and everything worked out the way it was supposed to work out.
Yes,
So
yes,
yeah,
yes.
I mean it's a tedious process, but I mean with the right team, it's always possible. With God, anything is possible. So all you got to do is have a little bit of faith and just trust and believe that whatever he has for you, it is for you. So can't nobody take away what he has for you. And that's what I just kept holding on to. So
Amen. And I love that how you said that we can set out to do things our way and feel like we know the steps, and then we stop and say like, Lord, lead me, guide me. And then before you know it, he can start putting people and things in place that you didn't know that could happen. You thought maybe I had to go find this finance, but then you stop and like, well, she's also a realtor. Let me reach out to her and see what her thoughts and ideas were about that. And then the other thing is, I want people to understand it's not always you could want something. And the first thing is for you to desire it and want it. But the next step is to find your who. And a lot of times we want to do it in reverse. We want to find our how. I want this thing. I don't know how to get it or how to achieve it. And so I'm setting on this path to find my how when I really should work on finding my who. And I'm not going to say I came up with that by myself. And so I do a lot of reading. One of the books that I read was Who, Not How. And at the moment, I cannot remember the author, but If anybody's listening, the book title is Who, Not How. Sometimes you have to find your how. You plant that seed in your heart and your mind, what you want to achieve, and stop trying to figure out how. I don't know how to do it. You don't have to know how. Let me figure out and let me find the people who know how to do it. They are my
Right.
who's, and then they can help me get it done. So that was a big step for you to take into finding your who can start connecting you to the how and the step that you need to take into that. So
And
now that
also
we go ahead.
it's when you think about your who, just because that first who says no,
Woohoo!
don't take that first no. I mean, you can take that no and use it as a stepping stone. Start building on those no's. And once you start building on those no's, you'll get to your yes finally. And once you get to your yes, um, you're at your who.
Yeah,
That's your who.
I love
So
it.
I mean, it takes like I said, it's a tedious process, but it takes patience and understanding. And then once you get that who can help you understand,
The
then
how.
you'll get your hows.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, I love that. I love that. So we get to that point, we see. Tell me this: how has this process of the planting the seeds, watering the seeds, and we talked about pruning and removing some of the negative thoughts that may have come in your mind when you got that first no, because we might get some no's, but as long as we don't give up, we keep going, we never quit, we can get to the yes, because we're gonna get some no's sometimes before we get to the yes.
Definitely.
How do you, now that you've gone through that process, how do you feel like you're able to use that in achieving other things? Because you have some more seeds that you planted and you want to grow. So how do you feel about moving on to those next seeds that you want to grow?
I'm just taking it one step at a time, Carla. It's I know people say you getting old and I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at God, where you got me going now?
Ooh.
Where am I going now? Because you brought me here and I know that ain't no turning back.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no turning back. So if you brought me this far, how much further are you gonna take me? Because I'm ready. I'm willing. I'm able. At this point, it's exciting. Like when you like a mother that's just finding out she's pregnant and she's always wanting to be a mother, so she's excited for those 9 months. And when that ninth month get here, it's like, yes, I made it. I'm about to birth this baby. I'm gonna have my baby. I'm going to watch the baby grow. And then after the baby gets a little older, it's like, okay, I got baby fever again. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm at that I'm at that ninth month where the baby is here. Well, the 10th month when the baby is here. And I'm just gonna wait for this little baby to grow a little bit more. And then I'm gonna be like, yeah, it's time for a new baby.
Yeah.
So I'm ready for the new baby. And maybe give me a couple more months. I'll be ready for the new baby.
But the way you put that is so exciting because once you had that first child, with all the things that people have told you about birthing a child, you probably so afraid, so afraid. And then once that went through that first birth, it's like, okay, I could do this, I can handle this. And so now that you've gone through that first seed coming to bloom, it's like, I know I can grow anything that my mind could come to. It's such a transformational thought process that takes place, that you know that anything is possible. Because if I could do this, and if you don't mind me just giving a little small of the background, you moved away from your family about 6 or 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
7 years ago to a
Yeah.
to a different city with a dream, a hope and a dream, trying to
In the
figure it
stream.
out. And you believe in and trust in living in an apartment, working every day with this vision and this dream that you wanted for your life. And years later, here we are living that dream because you held on to it. You didn't give up.
Yeah, 7 years. Seven is what? Perfection?
Yeah, the year of perfection, year of
Yeah,
completion, they say. Year of completion.
completion. So I mean, he ain't completely done with me. It's just
This
this is the
part.
year.
Yeah.
This is the year. He's ready for me to have what it is that I've desired. So I mean, and I'm ready to open my arms to whatever he has for me.
All right. All right. I love it. I mean, so if anybody and everybody that's listening to this testimony about what it means to plant a seed, and we can use that big word that everybody using is the law of attraction or manifestation or whatever it is you want to, but it all boils down to faith. And you have to walk a faith walk, and you have to talk a faith talk, and you have to see it until you have to believe it until you can see it. You have to believe it first, and then you'll start to see it in anything in your life, whatever it is you want in your life, whether it's a home, a husband, a wife, a career, a business, whatever it is that you want in your life. You have to say it until you can actually see it. And that's all about faith, you know. So you've seen this, and now you know that you can take this and you can walk this walk into any endeavors, business, whatever it is that you want in your life. And I'm super excited for you, happy for you. And I thank you so much for taking time out your day just to sit and talk with me, to express this so we can share this with other people. Because I'm all about, I just want to help everybody to be able to achieve their goals, their dreams, whatever it is that they want to have. Nothing's too small, nothing's too big. And it all starts with faith. And I want to be able to speak that into other people, whoever I can encounter. So I thank you so much for taking the time out tonight. You know, I know you still unpacking and decorating and getting everything set up. So I appreciate you. If there's anything else you want to say, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say also write it down. Make it plain. Just when you did the 4 week
Planting seeds to grow.
planting seeds to grow, you kept saying write it down. Write whatever you. So what I started doing was I have a whole bunch of notebooks, like a whole bunch of, what do you call them, journals.
Yes.
So what I would do is take one journal and write something down in it, and then write underneath, like, how can you make this happen?
Mm-hmm.
How can this happen? What steps do you need? So my big thing is write it down. I don't, law of attraction, whatever you say, whatever. My thing is I believe in God. I believe strongly in God, and if you have the faith, like you said, it only takes a little bit, the faith of a mustard seed. Write it down. If you got to go back to it every day and read it. Read it out loud. Read it in your mind. Take it with you. Do whatever you have to do, but make sure you write it down and make it plain.
Yeah. That's what the word tells us to do. Write the
It,
vision down and make it plain, and believe whatever you say, whatever you ask for, believe that you can receive it. You know, it said ask, seek and knock. So you ask and the door will be open, seek and you'll find, knock and the door will be open. Ask and he'll answer. So I tell people all the time, you got to ask. We have not because we ask not. So I love that. Write it down, make that vision plain, and not only write it down, but read it every day, write it every day, see it every day. And lastly, be excited about it like it's already here. Like
right.
walking it like it's already here. When we were going through this process, I'm like, hey, it's gonna be all right. Because it could be a scary process. You have some hills and some valleys, and you're like, whoa, what's going on? But hey, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So I love that. And again, I just thank you so much. Go ahead.
And that's why I was saying you have a team. When you have a team that has that firm foundation, I think I called you and the others, I don't want to
Cara,
call it
yeah.
name. Yeah,
Yeah, you called me.
Takara and Eugene. I think I called y'all every day for the past 2 months. Every single, I don't care if it was Saturday and Sunday. I was still calling, like, listen, I know y'all don't work on these days, or y'all might be with y'all family, but I got questions and that's why I say you have to have that team that's understanding and patient,
Mhm.
because this is whatever, it doesn't matter if you're buying a house or if you're doing whatever business you want to do. It still takes patience. You have to be patient and let that thing work itself out, whatever it is. That's my biggest thing. That's what I want to leave everybody with: patience.
And align yourself with those people that can walk in that patient journey with you. and they understand that you are, a little anxious, a little, concerned, and they walk, hold your hand and walk you through that process and let you know, I'm here with you. Any questions you have that I can help quell your anxiety or thought process about it, I'm here for you. And that's what we want to be, a team like that, that just say, hey, it's going to be all right. I'm here to help you walk through this. You're not alone.
Right.
Be your who, and you're not alone. So you're right. Find your team, find your who after you write that vision down and make it plain, and then allow them to help you walk through that journey, whatever your journey is. And that's important.
Yeah, so important.
So again, I thank you so much. I told you I wasn't gonna hold up a lot of your time, but I appreciate you, V. Go on and continue to beautify that home with your family, your husband, your kids. I thank you guys so much, and may you continue to be blessed. And we'll be looking on to that next seed that we're going to plant to grow in 2024, because we know anything is possible when we believe.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
All right. Thank you so much. You have a good night.
All right. You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Click the subscribe button and notification bell for more inspirational videos.